guys, and welcome back to my channel. So even though it is sooner than expected, we are back with another Stray Kids comeback setup video. Stray Kids is releasing another album in about a month that is titled Do It. So this video will be pretty straightforward. We'll go through each of the PCs that are included in this album. I have my iPad here that I actually just recently got. So we'll go through all of that and then we'll jump straight into the binder. I already pre-made all of my fillers because, like usual, it would take too long to do on camera. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Okay, so here is my list of all the PCs for this comeback. Kind of the similar trend that I've seen for the past few is that there's about 10 photo cards per member. So for each of the members that I collect, there'll be a total of 30 PCs for Hyunjin, Han, and Sungmin. There are 4 different versions of the album. There is the Do version, which, as you can see here, there's the Do version PC. There's something called like a mirror card. The dimensions in the album details are the same as a normal photo card, so I'm gonna assume that I can store it in my binder. So I am gonna plan for it. There are also 2 sets of units. There's like a pre-order benefit unit and then just like the normal unit I guess you can get at any time. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna collect them yet, so that's why I have like the question mark near them. And then we have the It version, which just has the It version PC, and then there appears to be 2 sets of lenticular cards. So I'll collect each lenticular for each member. Then there's the normal accordion version. So the accordion version PC, the pre-order benefit, and then there are also mini ID inclusions, which again, not quite sure if I actually want to collect those yet or not. And then we finally have a new type of album version. This is just like the normal like digital platform version, but they're calling this one the PLVE version. I don't know if like you're meant to say each letter like that or if it's like shortened to something else. I'm not sure. But this is like the Nemo version album, I guess. So we have the PLVE version, we have a pre-order benefit, and an OT8 set as well, which is always fun. I'm really glad that there's only 4 versions of this album. This comeback seems to be a lot less complicated to set up for than the last one. So it should be pretty straightforward. So yeah, that was everything I had for like album details. Let's get into the binder now. Okay, so here is my Stray Kids album binder. If you're new here, I only collect Hyunjin, Han, and Sungmin for album cards. And for the other members, I only really collect what I pull. Sometimes I pick up cards here and there, but the main bulk of my collection does stay in this binder. This is Meow Cafe's Manifest binder, which I have been really enjoying using lately. If they ever happen to release A5 versions of this binder, I'm considering of switching some of my other collections into them. Like I've been low-key thinking about moving my Jisung collection into this type of binder if they end up making an A5 size version, but obviously for now that's TBD. Okay, let's get straight into the filler setup. As you can see, my progress on Karma is kind of yikes, not gonna lie. I was not prepared for a second Stray Kids comeback. Always love having more Stray Kids music, but the photocard collecting side of all this is kind of stressful sometimes. With that being said, here are all of the fillers that I have that need to go in here. Okay, how many sets did I say again? 10. And I don't have an extra row here, so that's 10 sets, 3 sets of page. That's 4 pages, right? 3 full pages, and then, yeah, okay. So let me get out my pages, and the pages that I like to use are the A4 soft glow pages. I use the soft glow pages in all of my binders The semi-matte finish on these are just so much better than the glossy ones, especially for filming. Like, I don't have to worry about my face being reflected in any of my videos when it comes to these pages, so that's always a good thing. And just a quick reminder, you can use my code to get 10% off of your order with Meow Cafe. I'll put the code up here on screen so you can use it if you would like. So for this first page, there'll only be one set of cards, because again, there's 10 sets, and it's hard to explain. The math just works out like this, just trust me. So I guess on this first page, it will be the do version, and let's try to make sure I keep my pattern correct. Sungmin goes up there, Hyunjin in the center, and then Jisung down here. Low-key, I feel like we're moving on so fast from Karma that it barely got its moment to shine. Like, all of the attention that this album got was like negativity, I swear. Like, I'm not even talking about the people who just genuinely like didn't like the music, because if you don't like a song, you don't like a song. Like, I'm not gonna blame people for that. Everyone has their own taste in music. My gripe with a lot of the criticism that Stray Kids got for this album is that, like, they don't really make much sense. Like, I saw two conflicting opinions that, like, quite literally contradict each other. Like, I was seeing one set of opinions that was like, this album sounds exactly like all their other albums. Like, it's all just noise music. It's terrible. On the other side, I was seeing people say that the quality of music has gone down and that they missed the era of music from Maxident, which I'll get into why that's mind-blowing in a second. But to the first point, but to the people who are saying that Karma sounds exactly like all of their other songs, that it's just noise music, I would just kindly like to remind you that Stray Kids is a self-produced group. The same three people are producing their albums over and over again. It's the same three people's creative input. Of course, like, I'm sure they have other staff members that work with them. I already did this wrong. This is why I shouldn't talk and do this. I get so distracted. But anyway, like, the songs that you were saying that always sound the same are coming from the same people. If they weren't self-produced and all their songs sounded the same, then it would be an issue. But, like, every time people compare Stray Kids to, like, another group, say, like, ENHYPEN, like, ENHYPEN's music is chosen by, like, a board of people who have, like, a wide array of music choices in front of them. Like, other songwriters and other producers will send their demos to these K-pop companies, and then the companies pick through these demos and decide who uses them and who doesn't, or if they even like the demo or not. So that's why, like, groups who are not self-produced and who get their music this way, that's why they have, like, a wider range of discography, because they have writers coming from every corner of the world, versus Stray Kids, it's literally just three Raja in their recording booth. Like, you kind of have to expect their music to all have the same flavor, to all have the same creative touch to them. That's just the reality of liking a self-produced group. Like, if you don't like that, then I don't think Stray Kids is the group for you, and that, again, is totally fine, but you can't, like, blame them for that. Like, that's not their fault. And then to the other point, which directly contradicts this one, where they're saying that they miss old Stray Kids music, specifically Maxident era music, because they no longer make quality music. To that, I say, you must be a baby stay. And I don't mean that in, like, a mean way, because I of course want everybody to be fans of Stray Kids. Like, I welcome in everyone with an open arm. However, as a Maxident stay myself, someone who found Stray Kids during the Maxident era, that era was hell. People hated Maxident because they said that Stray Kids kind of gave in to the pressure to make more mainstream sounding music, and most stays didn't like that. We liked the noise music that Stray Kids made. We liked how they stuck to their original sound and their own style. A lot of stays didn't like how Stray Kids conformed to mainstream media sounding music. That was just the reality of the situation, and you know, Stray Kids tried their hand at mainstream, but it didn't work, so they went right back to their classic noise music style. And again, if you are into Stray Kids because of their mainstream sounding songs, Stray Kids might not be the group for you as well, because Stray Kids is quite literally known for creating their own genre of music that is very separate from mainstream media stuff. There have been literal articles being written about the Stray Kids style. People have studied into their style and have concluded that Stray Kids make their own genre sounding songs. Like, they don't follow the cookie cutter style that a lot of other artists do, and there's nothing wrong with that. But once again, you cannot blame Stray Kids for not following the cookie cutter model. The whole, like, theme of Stray Kids, or like the whole concept, I guess, is breaking boundaries while also staying true to yourself. And that's something that Stray Kids have stuck by since the very beginning. Asking them to not make the music that they like to conform to the opinions of other people, like, that goes against everything that Stray Kids have ever stand for. So if you consider yourself a stay and you're one of those people who's starting to feel like you're not liking the noise music anymore, or you wished that they would make more mainstream sounding stuff, like, it's okay to not like it, first of all. Like, you are allowed to have that opinion, but what you're not allowed to do is then go onto, like, social media and tell everyone that Stray Kids makes trash music and you're unstanding because you don't like that they're not conforming to what everybody else does. I guess that's the price that us as stays and that Stray Kids has to pay. The more popular they get and the more that they reach mainstream media, like how they're appearing on a lot of American award shows, and not even just American, like, they're going around the world and appearing and doing performances. So it feels like the more new fans that they get because of their mainstream media appearances, the more we see people fall out of being stays as they continue to release music that they're like, wait, this isn't what I listened to before. And it's like, surprise, this is truly who Stray Kids are. Yes, they have their more, like, beginner-friendly sounding music, but the more you discover Stray Kids and the more you deep dive into them, you quickly realize that that is not their sound. And honestly, like, that's totally fine. Like, you're allowed to grow out of liking a group. Just because you choose to stay in a group doesn't mean you're signing a lifelong contract where you have to be devoted to them 24/7. Like, at the end of the day, this is literally just music. So if you wake up one day and decide, hey, I don't like this group, like, it is what it is. The world will keep spinning. I promise you don't need to crash out on Twitter or on TikTok because you suddenly decide that you don't like a group anymore. I promise you everything will be okay. But yeah, anyways, I don't know why I rant so much during these, like, setup type of videos. I think it's just because I don't really have anything else to talk about. And also, I am one to get really heated about things that I see on social media. So, like, you just gotta get used to it if you're on my channel, I guess. Alright, so let's do a quick flip through of all of these fillers for Do It. Now we have 2 albums that we're gonna have to work on. Oh, this is Karma. 2 albums that we'll have to work on at a time. hopefully everything will be okay and it'll be easy enough to collect. I'm saying hopefully, but truly I am really scared. These Karma PCs are a little more expensive than I would like them to be right now, so that's why I've been kind of slow with collecting. You can see like all the fillers that I have with like the little envelope are the ones I have on the way. And there isn't many. So yeah, we'll work on that as time passes. Also, while I'm here, I want to make sure that you guys all send your love to Hyunjin. He did just have a really emotional moment with Stays during their last encore concert, where he revealed that he's been going through some pretty intense stuff, especially as a singer and as an artist. He's been having issues with his voice, and he's been going to vocal therapy. And the boys have been with him through it to help support him. So make sure that as Stays that we support him as much as we can. Again, like at the end of the day, we are just fans, and the best that we can do is send positivity and make sure that instead of posting that negative tweets or that negative TikTok, that we instead boost up the boys and encourage them, especially when they're going through rough times. But yeah, that was everything that I had for you guys today. My next photo card storing video should be up within the next couple of weeks. I have a bunch of cards in my Pokemarket account that I'm waiting to ship out to me. And once I do so, that's when I will film my storing video. So that will be an exciting one. NCT Dream also is rumored to be announcing their next comeback, which should also be releasing in November. So once again, we're having another NCT Dream and Stray Kids duo comeback, just like with Go Back to the Future and Karma. So please pray for my wallet. My two alt groups are coming back at the same time, so it's gonna be a rough one for me, not gonna lie. But it should be fun. But yeah, with that, I'll leave you all here. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoyed. Ani out.